Anybody on LinkedIn? I keep getting asked if I'm on LinkedIn.
Someone go. There's lots of questions.
Yeah, I'm on LinkedIn and I keep getting all these, such and such has endorsed your skill and whatever. But unless you're looking for a job, is there any point on being on LinkedIn? Or?
My favourite part to get nailed is your own profile. If you get that nailed, forget everything else. So it just means that people can do a search for you in Google or on LinkedIn itself and find you and get a nice snapshot that you wrote yourself about what it is you're interested in, what you could do for people.
It is kind of validating if someone kind of hears about you. Like if someone says, oh, you should talk to so-and-so about such and such, I will often go and look at their LinkedIn profile just to check they look and sound legit.
Yep.
So it is a quick validation, and it's, it doesn't take long to set up, make sure it's a decent photo,
Yeah, good
give
photo.
a few recommendations, make it a snappy but personable opening blurb. So it's really just kind of a one-in-time online CV that can work for you. And I've got work out of it without trying, just because some people do use it to actively network and look for people who are providing services. So one of my long-term clients I got through LinkedIn without trying. So it can have unexpected benefits.
If you really want to get deep into it, there's groups, like just about any kind of type of professional service in New Zealand or even international or Australia, New Zealand. You can join groups and be part of those conversations or start discussions and or just be a commenter, so that's for bonus points.
There's a woman in Auckland called Linda Cole who has a business called Blue Banana, and she's probably the New Zealand LinkedIn most recognised expert. So if you're someone who wants to go a little deeper into LinkedIn, she has a book, not specifically on LinkedIn, but I'd say her website has got quite a lot of blog articles. She'd have a LinkedIn group with a lot of LinkedIn resources, so it should be worth following up on.
Is that Blue Banana?
Blue Banana, Linda Cole.
You can also set up little scripts if you've got your blog going and maybe Twitter going and Facebook going. You can connect all these things along with LinkedIn, so you can have automated content go between them.
I'm not on LinkedIn and I don't entirely understand it. Is it for a personal profile, or do you create the business profile? How does that reflect back on your business, and how does this relationship work?
Yeah, so it's just personal profile.
You can actually have a blog.
Yeah, and then you can add different entities, so previous work, people that you've done work for, or been an employee of.
Right.
If they don't already have a page, then you'll be actually creating one just by writing in the name.
Yeah, and pages are becoming a bit more common as well.
Yeah.
I haven't really seen them use that
No.
well, eh?
No, it's kind of like Facebook in that you have people and pages for profiles and
But
business.
Facebook, you're anonymous, and LinkedIn, you're very much in the limelight. Is that kind of
Yeah, I think that's probably fair.
Yeah, they're still sort of separate. And with your Facebook profile, you're not anonymous either. So it's the same level of exposure of personal to business exists on both platforms.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anyone use LinkedIn company pages
No.
in a meaningful or engaging way.
In fact, they're pretty useless at the moment. It might evolve over time, but nothing like a Facebook business page which has its own identity. And
Yeah.
They're quite hidden too, eh? It's
Yeah.
quite hard to
Yeah,
find
they
those
are.
pages, and
Yeah.
people, you'll see that there might be 50 people following whatever law firm or whatever, but it's a ghost town of nothing.
Yeah. So it's kind of like if
Yeah.
Facebook is a cafe, then like LinkedIn is kind of like drinks after 5. Like a chamber BA5 type idea.
Yeah, yeah.
It's networking, but it's professional networking. Yeah.
That's cool.
Any more questions for LinkedIn?
There were heaps of hands up before. Did everyone's questions get answered?
Pam, I've been looking at LinkedIn, and before you mentioned about B2B, that maybe that would be best on LinkedIn.
Yep.
But to me, LinkedIn sounds like you're putting up all your personal details. It sounds like it's a little bit personal.
Yeah.
It's got your work history, and anyone else that's on LinkedIn can go and see who you are and what you've done, all that sort of stuff. It doesn't seem as private as you can make Facebook.
I do see it as I use it personally, but for me, my business identity and the personal identity are kind of one and the same a little bit. And so how I use it is I write a blog article and then I'll share that on LinkedIn. And so the 500 people that I'm connected with on there might not be on my email list, but it's just a way of hopefully sharing some value to those and reaching that
I can
audience.
see how that working with linking in with other business people and
It's
stuff
also,
like that.
Yeah.
also using the groups, like if you share, people who are real thought leaders in their industries tend to make a lot of contribution to groups. So there'll be like topic groups, like the social media marketing groups. There'll be, if you think of an industry, there'll be a group for it. And so as an individual, if you contribute a lot to a discussion and post blog articles, and then you kind of become seen and recognised as
So most of
someone
these things,
credible.
it's really a bit like brand recognition, isn't it? You're just making people aware of who you are, so when they need you,
Right.
they think, oh,
Yeah, if you've shown that you're the expert or you've got something to add, and
And you're nice.
you're nice enough about it, and then when the time comes that they need your help, if they're going to engage with someone, they're probably going to pick you. But that's a bit of an overgeneralisation, but I think you understand that. Yeah.
Sorry, so with LinkedIn, is the number of connections important or the value of the connections important? Like people want to connect with you who you've never heard of before. Is it important to connect with them, or is it important to connect with people that you think will be strategic or valuable to you?
My personal rule is anybody in Tauranga, I'll say yes to. Anybody out of Tauranga that I've never heard of, I say no to.
I'm sometimes a bit too indiscriminately yes, depending on my mood. Just because I've found that sometimes you don't know who your strategic and valuable people are. So I tend to have a little bit more of a open, embracing attitude.
So it's not dangerous to disclose.
It's not. I don't think there's any measurable way in which you're lowering the tone and other people go look at you and go, oh, look at who she's connected to. I don't think anyone's analysing each other's networks in that way. Yeah.
I think, oh sorry.
Oh no, I was just going to say, I just connect with people that I've either met or spoken to or would know from a bar of soap. Yeah.
I think I used to think quite strongly that it was risking my reputation for accepting an invitation from somebody, therefore I'm connected to them. And if somebody saw that I was connected to that person, then I'm vouching for them in some way. So I used to be very protective about who I'd link to, but now I'm not.
I got something through Gmail skill pages.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I hadn't heard of it. I didn't know what it was, but
I haven't heard of that. What's that?
I heard of it for the first time a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, a couple of days ago for me, got hit by several.
Yeah, I don't know. It just must be an up and coming
LinkedIn,
social
sort
platform
of
trying to.
Gmail version of LinkedIn or something.
Yeah, I don't know, but I'd just ignore it.
Yeah, me too.
Facebook will tell you, if it pops up in your Facebook newsfeed, then you'll know that there's enough people
Because the
looking
person
at
that
it.
phoned me has quite high status in my world.
Okay.
So,
Oh, that's interesting.
yeah.
I want to watch maybe.
Just Google it. See what,
Yeah.
see what people are
It
saying
could be,
about it.
it could be just a really aggressive kind of, put your email address in here, I've now got access to your entire database, I hope that's okay, and the little tick box is hidden away, and then they go, yep, finish off my account, and it sends out an automatic email to everybody. Could be one of those.
Wow.
I don't think
So
it's
cynical.
Sorry, but
I think there might be more questions than we thought were going to be on LinkedIn, actually.